What's up, everybody? Cats 007, and today bring you guys some forward gameplay. And in this gameplay, I want to talk about when's the best time to harass. Now, a lot of people ask me, "Hey, Cats, why do I always have to finish Cypher first? Can I help my teammates out in the beginning?" And yes, you can. You can help your teammates out in the beginning, and this gameplay is a perfect example of harassing early game. Now, the difference is when you're forward, you need to finish the Cypher 100%. I don't care what any other forward has told you. This is coming from me. You need to finish the Cypher, especially for the fact that, listen, you need to promote Cypher Rush 100%. You need to finish a Cypher. Now, on the contrary, there are some instances where you can't finish a Cypher where your teammate will push you off, and that does happen. And there could be some times where you could harass early. And my mentality when I'm harassing early, I'm going to explain to you guys in my gameplay. So right now, I realize that both mech bots are down and the Wu Chang is definitely going to trust in Search Graveyard, right? And right now, the mechanic pushed me off my Cypher. I do not want to give a free hit. At the end of the day, you are a rescuer. So if you harass early, that's fine to an extent. You cannot afford to get hit because you are technically a primary rescuer, you know? Even though we have a coordinator of the team, the coordinator could run broken windows, you know? So always keep in mind that you are a rescuer. So if you're gonna go for a stun, make sure it is the cleanest and safest stun as possible. And if you're gonna harass, you need to waste time. So as you see, I'm not decoding at all. I can't do my Cypher. All those pallets are gone and I have nothing to work with and I can't afford to get a free hit. So right now I notice that Rose is transitioning towards the window and excuse me. Her prior experience, that Wu Chang threw the umbrella to cut her off. So I know for a fact she's gonna go down, right? So I'm getting in closer. I know for a fact there's a pallet behind me. Keep in mind of your surroundings. You don't want to just blatantly run in the open with nothing to protect yourself. You know, I'm sure you have football, you can go crazy with one football, you know, but you still need a pallet to back you up or something. So this Wu Chang chasing me, he has an up build. Now I'm paying attention. Look, I do not want to get hit. I can harass and waste as much time as possible, but it means nothing if I get touched. So look, I dash away, and now look, I throw the pallet down, right? He's gonna teleport back. This is just instinct, you know? I know he's gonna pick up, so I go for a stun early, as soon as he picks up, and stun. You know? That's because he had teleported, he thought he had distance, but with the speed boost and the football, I just near him across the map. But look what I'm doing. I'm maintaining my distance. I'm not getting too close, you know? I wanna make sure that A, I'm not getting touched, and B, I'm wasting as much time as possible. And I think that's really important that you waste as much time as possible because right now I'm not decoding. And if you're gonna harass like this, you better do it for at least 60 seconds, you know? Or at least like 50, 40, at least, you know? And I'm constantly going for stuns, going back and forth. I'm just wasting as much time as possible. My Cypher is still at Graveyard, that's like, what, 40%-ish? Yeah. But all I'm doing is just wasting as much time as possible. And when you do this and you're not decoding, this is what you have to do. Rhodes ends up getting like a beautiful palace stun, like in the worst area of Red Church. So props to her. Now look what I do here. This is what I call discipline. So I know for a fact that a black form Wu Chang is a good counter to forward, right? And I don't want a forward taking a hit, and I still have a little bit of football left over for me to go for a stun, or you know, for me to stun on chair if anything. You know, it's just that mentality you want to have, that safe mentality. Sure, you can go crazy like I did, but always play it safe. Like, there's always a chance to do risky stuff, but look at it from like a tournament perspective. Like, you don't want to be the reason why your game is thrown, you know? And then, you know, people in post-chat getting angry and stuff like that. Overthrown, sorry. But anyway, that was just a joke. Love you, OT. But you know, just the concept of saving your football and, you know, knowing discipline whether to go for a stun or not. Even though Roses was in the pallet, I still don't want to risk that stun and then afford getting hit. It all comes down to the sole fact that you are a rescuer and you need to stay full health, you know? You're not a mercenary who can soak up a hit. Nah, like, I'm a forward. If I got no football, right? If I have no football, I can't go for a stun, you know, keep myself safe. So have a little bit of football for yourself. So remember that little sliver of football I was talking about? So I vault the pallet here, right? He's gonna pick her up. He sees me, right? Vault the pallet, I get a speed boost, and then sharp left, boom. You know? So me conserving my football, going for those safe stuns is just wasting time, you know? And look, I kept hitting my stuns, right? And Wu Chang was like, I don't want none of this. So I move up, get a pallet smack, and then Rose gonna vault the pallet. Now, there are times where you can't be conservative with your football. And I feel like forward mains do know this. And, you know, there be like some hunters who really be chasing you down. Like, Nobody's Feaster or KKZ's VO. Like, I had trouble kiting with forward at first, and everyone says, oh, kiting with forward is so easy. It is not as easy as many people think. It's a lot of discipline, from whether using all your football or, using half, it's a mindset. And using all of your football is not a bad thing, and I'm working out Terror Shock, whoa. But, there'll be times where you do have to waste all your football, and there'll be times where you can't conserve all of it, And we got the heal up here somehow. But like I was saying, like, there'll be times where, like, there'll be times you have to use your football, and there's nothing you can do about it. And when you're using your football, just make sure you always stay safe, 100%. Like, if you saw in the beginning at reception, I made sure I didn't get touched at all. Like, I'd rather waste half my football than to get a stun, because, like, one stun is meaningless in my opinion. Maybe one stun can change the game, but at the end of the day, play it safe, go for the draw, 100%. So right now the Cypher Machine is prime. We actually had two Cyphers prime. We had a Graveyard and the one outside of church. And I don't think the core knew that mine was being worked on. But it's a good thing that two were worked on, because, you maintain pressure on both sides of the map. Well, not both sides of the map, but two different Cyphers maintain pressure. That's all I'm going to say. So you have one Cypher worked on outside of church, and then there's another Cypher at Graveyard. And the Wu Chang has to pick, okay, which one do I go to, So right now I'm staying in middle. Roses rotated reception. So did the Mercenary. And I'm like, okay, where do I go? So the Wu Chang ends up coming to the Mercenary. Ends up hitting the court first near the church window. Yeah. And while everyone's at the other side of the map, I'm like, you know what? Listen, there's no way in hell this is going to be a loss unless you put us some amazing clutch, So right now the Mercenary has elbow pads. He's an elbow padding away from the Wu Chang. And now he's gone. And I'm opening the other gate across the map. Now, the reason why I'm opening the other gate is, like, the same thing about the Cyphers. I'm maintaining pressure on both sides. And now, look, Rose is doing an amazing job. Votes the window. She's slow. So, she's going back all the way to mid-broken, trying to get away from everyone's gate, which is really smart, in my opinion. So, he's ended up kiting, taking the kite. My gate's open. Now, coordinator's healed. Mercenary. Everyone's going to run towards me. Beautiful bell from the Wu Chang. Turns around and walks through the pallet. Good job from Roses. And the ideal situation that she wants to last as long as possible for us to get out. So she's doing an amazing job, by the way. But this endgame kite was pretty good for us to get out. Either way, GG's. I'm Castable7, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.